Hi everyone. I wanted to share the quilt that I've put on the frame today, and it is gorgeous. It's got beautiful turquoise and beige and gold and brown, very summery looking quilt, and it's a nice change as I look out my window and all the snow still falling down today. The reason I wanted to do this video is because of the way I'm going to quilt this. And I need to make sure that this quilt is going to end up very straight on the frame. I'm going to have to do some channel locking. And because my Avante doesn't come with channel locks, I have to do it manually. So first I'll explain why I need to do channel locks here and straighten all this out. You can see that the pattern, the patch on all of these is almost like a donut. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be very casually just freehand doing lines in all these donuts, and it's going to end up going around like this. Okay, so it's going to be showcasing each center, but the way I'm going to be quilting this, see if I can back this up a little more, I'm going to be quilting here and then here and then here, and I'll be going across the quilt to get this effect. So I need to make sure that these lines are very straight on the horizontal. And I'm just going to try and get a shot of it here. Now I haven't done anything yet, but you can see how important it's going to be to get these borders and everything all straight. So again, my Avante doesn't have an automatic channel lock. I have to manually make the machine go in a straight line. So I will just set that up and I'll show you how I do that. All right, these are the little doodads that I use to create the channel lock for my Avante. There is no name on here. I have no idea where they came from. If the designer or anybody knows what these are, I would love to find out. Please leave a message on the video or in the comment section below, because I want to give credit where credit's due. They work really, really well for creating a horizontal channel lock on this, and I'll show you how I do that. This is the back wheel on the Avante, and what I need to do is stop the machine from going front to back. And all you do is you spread that a little bit and you lock those wheels right there. Now you can move it if you push it, but just being able to take a fingertip and move your machine across is going to give you a perfectly straight line. Okay, now that my quilt is loaded, I'm ready to start using and setting up the channel lock. Okay, so what I need to do is get my machine positioned. I pick which seam I want to be working with, what I want to make sure is straight. I line up the needle, then I'm going to do a needle down, make sure it's exactly where I need it to be. Then I'm going to go to the rear of the machine and put the channel lock on, which I cheated and already did. So my channel lock is on, and now all I have to do is move along this seam, needle up, needle down, and use my handy dandy hat pins to stabilize that seam so it's nice and straight. So while that one's there, let's put a pin in. And I take a big bite. Let's do it a little bit more horizontal. A big bite. And then I put the point of the pin back inside the sandwich so I don't have anything here that's going to poke or ruin any more of my clothes. Okay, once that's done, needle up. And then just using the two fingers, again, you can shift this channel lock if you get too forceful with it. So just use your two fingers, move your machine along a few inches, then needle down and make sure that you're right in the same spot and you've grabbed that seam. And again, put your pins in to hold it, both sides, and then you're going to carry on. Let's move this down a little bit. Needle up. You can see I'm just starting to move a little bit on that seam. It's not, the needle won't come down in the seam. It's hard for you to see, but I just have to shift my top a little bit. Well, I've got Hobbs batting in here, so it's not going to shift very easily, but where there's a will, there's a way. All right, get it where you need it to be. Let's just double check back here, actually. That looks good. And then needle down. That's where we want it to be. And a pin. It sounds like it's time consuming, and it may be a little bit, but it will get your seam nice and straight across, especially if you don't have a channel lock. And actually, it won't take all that long. Depending on the quality of the work of the top, you may only have to do this once in a while to ensure that you're going straight. And then again, sometimes you have to do almost every single row. Anyway, that's how you do. That's how you give yourself some manual channel locks if you don't already have them built in. Okay, my first row is done. And it didn't take all that long, just a few minutes actually. But you can see how nicely that's got that bottom seam nice and straight now. And once you have that done, you can visually adjust most of your other blocks for this roll, and you should be good. I just wanted to point out something else. You've noticed that I didn't bother to thread my machine. For what I'm doing, it wasn't necessary, but you could, if you were planning on doing ditch work on this seam, you could thread the machine and actually go very slowly and carefully, but do your ditch work the same method. That way you're getting two birds with one stone.